Hi, I'm Darren.
Hi, I'm Luca.
We're from the Multihull Centre and we're here to talk about the Dazcat Ocean Cruising Catamaran.
Stepping onto the transoms at the back of this boat, we can see we've got a really nice large transom platform here. We wanted to create a dockside dock for the boat for when you're not actually moored up against the dock. You've got your own basically private pontoons that you can bring your tender to, and it's a really nice platform to get in and out of the water from, as well as stepping on and off from
the pontoon.
From the pontoons.
Yeah, I mean most people forget that actually a lot of the time you're stationary, you're at anchor, you're moving around different bays, you're enjoying snorkeling, exploring. So it's quite important to have a fore and aft facing access for the dinghy. So if the boat's at anchor and there's a bit of chop, you're not side on to the transom, your boat's tucked in underneath the bridge deck there, tied alongside the boat, and you can unload your provisions and safely get on and off that dinghy from the right height.
Moving up into the boat, as you can see here, we've got easily accessible engine hatches, which gives a great access to the engine bay. The engines even fit in and out of the engine hatches if needed.
I mean, I like your louver steps. It's like a diffuser on the back of a sports car, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Point to add to those is it's really increasing the privacy in the aft cabins.
Absolutely.
It's hiding people's view in from walking aboard.
And it also shields those rear windows from heating up again in the sunlight. We've got a lot of overhang on our windows.
Yeah.
We want to control the temperature in this boat. We've increased the core thicknesses of the structure of the canopy to again further insulate the saloon. It is not a double surfaced canopy, it's a single surface. There's no headlining panels on the bridge deck saloon, which reduces the weight quite significantly, and it's a freestanding structure running aft, no need for poles and supports.
As you can see, we've got a really nice wide open space.
Yeah, it's a good party space.
Very good party space with loads of room for plenty of guests. As you can see here, we've got a lifting folding table, so this aft cockpit table expands to the same size as the main saloon table, so you can seat up to 8 people around this table. And also it can collapse into a daybed, so you've got an out exterior daybed, you've got a really nice banquet table outside if you want it, or it compresses down into a nice coffee table style for when you're not using it all the time. We're really trying to maximise the usable space here, and all of the seating around here will be additional storage for lines, fenders,
and of course that can have an additional enclosure running to the aft beam that encloses all of that as well.
Which then extends that saloon space and extends your internal space. Yeah,
it makes it into one space effectively.
So moving into the saloon area, what we tried to do with the design of this galley, or what we have done with the design of this galley, is create a really workable position while under passage and while at sea. We wanted to create a really safe environment. When we know it might get a bit rough out there, the personalisation of the galley here is very much customisable to a client's needs.
Yeah.
We have chosen the shape and the size of the galley to best suit this boat, but the items in, for example, the fridges, the cookers, the gas tops, or the induction tops, are all customisable to an individual's needs or wants.
It all depends on how you're personally using your boat.
We've opted for a raised saloon seating area to really boost that all-around view with a folding drop leaf table that again forms another double day berth or another double berth in here.
Or just a snug.
Or collapses into a coffee table, a small little coffee table area. We've chosen this rather than a lot of the other boats which are a saloon area where you're facing aft. You're actually sat in your saloon facing forwards, looking out the front. You can see your bows, you can see out the front and see where you're going. We thought that was a really good benefit of this boat, and it's a really nice area that is relaxing. Moving forwards into the navigational pilotage area here, we've got a large chart table desk where we've fitted a 50-inch pop-up TV. Another option would be a drop-down projector.
It's all personal choices ultimately. It would be kind of, in a way, quite nice with the TV to be able to, again, repeat your navigational, so you've got a massive screen and you can see very clearly at a glance from anywhere in the boat, looking at that screen, what's around you. It's a choice of instrumentations, B&G, masthead cameras, collision avoidance. We're anticipating fitting most of these new and innovative safety features within this boat. It's kind of a tricky one when we've been going through costings, isn't it? Because, there are so many choices that you can have, and the list of effectively jewellery for boats is endless. So it's very much down to your budget, how you want to use the boat.
This is very much a next generation ocean cruising boat where we really have utilised the new technology out there to keep the safety of the boat to a maximum. We're looking at automatic collision avoidance systems that will either give you alarms or change your autopilot headings for you. We're looking at infrared FLIR cameras to keep an eye on what's ahead of you. We really want to build in that safety factor.
The boat has ultimately a very high level of automation with the sail control systems and the winches. Once you're set up and sailing your self-tacker jib, you can ease or sheet in from any position on that boat, whether you're inside or outside in the forward cockpit or at the raised helm stations. Same with the Genoa, same with Spinnaker, and the same with the main. The main sheet traveller is also on a line driver, so again automated to buttons, which then can be automated to the upside up system on the boat, which is programmed to look after you. If you run into too shallow water, it will tell you. If the wind has changed angle, it will tell you. If the boat speed is getting to one of your higher settings, it will tell you. If nothing is done, then it will react in a system that you've programmed it to do. So whether that's releasing a traveller line driver down the track and setting off an alarm to depower the rig, or blowing the main sheet completely, or rewinding the jib sheet out, all fully alarmed, it will take control of the boat to prevent anything horrible happening.
Yeah. So moving forwards into this front cockpit, this is what we believe is a game changer. Increase the functionality of this area and the comfort and the control area of the boat.
I think that's probably been enabled by the fact that we've put the mast on the bulkhead instead of on the beam. With the mast set behind us, it's giving us a very uninterrupted clear view forward. It's also allowed us to take the sail controls straight out the heel of the mast to the winch for the halyards and run forward to the reef line winches. So it's all there. You can easily hoist a spinnaker, take the spinnaker out from under the seat and hoist it from that forward cockpit. So less dragging sails around, make it easy, make it safe. That's been kind of one of our principles in the design process. Whether you want a steering wheel there or whether you want the steering wheel, all four steering wheels, everyone we talk to wants their steering position in a different place. So we've actually designed a very unique system which is run by a carbon steering rod that runs through the length of the boat that the steering wheels pick up on, and can also be retrofitted if they're not fitted in the initial order.
So for the purpose of this model, we've shown all four steering positions on this boat. This, again, is fully customizable. We would set the internal helm as a standard, and then any additional helm station is added on. Or in addition, you could remove the internal helm station
and just have the two rear ones.
Just have the two rear ones.
Just have the front one.
Exactly.
So there is choices, but the main steering system is all fitted to all boats. It's just a case of whether you want to then add which steering system you wish, but that is all included in the cost outlines.